Today's video is going to be about Andrew Tate's book called The Tate Bible. Oh my god, what is this? What is this, guys? This is it. The Tate Bible. The Gospel according to Tate. Very interesting cover indeed. Now, if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, he is a 4 times world champion kickboxer. He's a commentator, a millionaire, and an online personality who is known for his most controversial views. He also has a very flashy lifestyle full of cars and women. Now, recently, Andrew Tate made it to one of the most Googled people in the whole world. I think about a week ago, he got banned from all social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I am not 100% sure why he got banned. I tried watching a 5-hour podcast to figure out why he was banned, but I have not come to the conclusion as to why exactly he was banned. I think it's probably because of his controversial views on different issues in the world. So when I saw that he had a book out on September on the 17th, I could not wait to read this book to figure out what kind of person he is. Now, it is very, very important for me to note that this book was not easy for me to read at all. Probably one of the hardest books I've ever had to read because of the language, the thought, we just different people. I don't agree with most of the things that he says in the book, but I went through every little thing so I could get a few nuggets of wisdom that I can share with you that can help you grow in your path. I had to squint my eyes, I had to look away. Either way, the beauty of the world is that everybody has something to offer, and if we look and pick on what we want to share that's important, then we can learn from everybody. This is why I made this video, to see how Andrew got from where he was, broke and poor, all the way to becoming a millionaire. Let's get into this. The first point that really captured my attention was why ego is important. I know that you're probably thinking about the big and loud ego that's all in your face and in your ears, like, oh, I'm the best, the Trump kind of ego. But no, that's not what I mean here. Andrew Tate's father, Andrew Tate, is a very brilliant man. The first black grandmaster, a world chess champion, and Andrew learned a lot from his late father. Andrew Tate would take Andrew with him when he would go and have chess championships or chess competitions. Andrew mentioned that whenever his dad would show up to compete with other people, they would start looking for the best amongst them, that who was willing to compete Tate, because he was that good. When Andrew started playing chess and he would win, people would say, oh, he won because he's a Tate. So it seems like he was raised believing that the Tate name was a name to be upheld through hard work and excellence. And we see throughout his life that this is applied after he left chess and also when he went to kickboxing. I think it was very interesting to learn that Andrew Tate was actually born in the United States in Chicago. And then when he was 9 or 8 years old, he moved to England with his mother. It seemed to be the start of a difficult life after the divorce. In the book, Andrew explains that even when he was at his worst, when he was living in a tiny room with Tristan, his brother, he still knew that he was a Tate. Ego was how he perceived himself, and which he liked seeing himself as someone who was fit, someone who wanted to be better, and someone who was not going to allow the daily circumstance of his life to define his future. And that is what he means by having an ego. It's simply a belief when things are going wrong, you're humble enough to see that, hey, in this sector I need to work on this area, and I love myself too much to let myself just fall down a spiral of being pathetic. As an introvert, for most of my life, I have gone through not wanting to share what I think, studying discourse about what makes me uncomfortable. I have always been afraid to say what I want out of life. Why? I don't know. I guess I didn't have the confidence to actually reassure myself that I can achieve what I have set myself to. If I did, only to a few people that I really trusted. And if one of them said something that was just not all positive, I would crumble.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
I would crumble because maybe I would be trusting their view of my life more than I trust my own view. So I guess it's down to ego as well, because I didn't have an ego of achieving what I wanted to do in my life, or not having enough ego to pursue what I wanted for myself. I also realized that most women, they feel like they have to be successful in order to have an ego. I think if most women were to just believe themselves and do more and have an ego first with what they have at the moment, then life would be so much better. A good example is when I was working in the sales area. I would go into work on some days feeling like I am the best salesperson in this building.
Nobody can do it like me. Nobody. Nobody can do it like me.
Honestly.
Nobody's stronger than me.
No, when I think that way, my mind is activated already. What can I do in order to live up to my thought process of being the best in this place? Even though I wasn't the best, but just thinking about myself that way was enough to activate my mind to think of ways to push myself towards being the best. Having read this book, I believe that it's better to have an ego first and then justify it later by doing the work. You can never go wrong by believing in yourself in this life. Another point that I would love to share is the list of 50 things that every man should do. But I picked out only 5 that I think were valuable and applicable to everybody. Because honestly speaking, it was a book written for men. 4 points that stood out for me in this book are: next time your phone breaks or you lose it, spend a week without getting a new one. This will help you to enjoy your current state. 2. Indulge in a bad diet for a month and see how you feel. And realize that people go through their lives eating junk food. The next time you're eating junk food, you will remember the feeling that you get when you eat it. It's not pleasant, you feel tired and groggy. So doing that for a month will change your perspective on why you need to change to a better diet. Number 3, compliment a chef at a buffet or any other person who is overlooked on the daily. This will help some people change their perspective on humanity, and it will help someone feel appreciated. 4, work all week and give your money away. This will change your perspective on how you view money. Number 5, fly first class, but do not sleep. This will give you a lifetime experience. Another point is social media. Andrew Tate talks about how social media is the biggest opportunity and also the biggest damnation of the world. And I guess we already know this by now, because this is the time that most people have ever spent online throughout humanity. Every time that I go online and see the data, it surprises me by the day that people spend so much time online. And I'm one of them. I'm going to be honest, I am addicted to my cell phone, and these apps are engineered and hardwired to keep you glued and stuck on them. It depends on how you use it. At the end of the day, you should probably use your time wisely. It's not easy, but you can do it by setting time limits like I try to, or having an accountability partner who's going to help you spend less time online. Andrew Tate puts a lot of emphasis on why looking at other people's stories on Instagram is the worst thing you can do when you go online. And I get it. I think it's probably because before you tap on someone's story, you see the ring and you're all excited and mellow. You want to see, oh, what's behind that ring? You're so curious already. And that is why it's so dangerous to look at or to get at people's stories. It can be a huge time waster, and it's important to know and realize before you tap on someone else's story. What is your story? How do you want your story to be? It's easy to tap on it, but the more you do it, the more you become stuck in the loop. For me, I use Action Dash. It's very good. It helps me monitor my time throughout the week online. Last week I used, this is embarrassing, I used more than 40 hours online. How is that possible? I don't know. I work 40 hours a week, so something's really wrong. I will share my journey of quitting social media addiction more in my videos to come, but this is not right, and I'm really disappointed in myself. I don't know how we got here. I use social media as a way to cope from stress. Whenever I'm slightly uncomfortable, I end up finding myself on Instagram. It's like there's a wire that's attached from my mind to my finger. Stressed Instagram, stressed Facebook, stressed YouTube. Over time, I really developed strong neural pathways from my brain to social media, and I'm going to catch myself more whenever I go from a stressful situation and to cope online, because that is only temporarily by cushioning, because social media is only a temporary solution rather than facing what is stressing me out. And let's be honest, social media is here to stay. If it's here to stay, why not try and make use of it? Why not try and get something out? It doesn't have to be videos. You can share a post, you can write articles, you can do anything that you like. You can make stuff and share the video. You don't have to talk. Also, reading this book made me understand why people make fun of Andrew Tate. For example, I think video games are helpful to your brain if you're playing them for a limited time, but I understand where he's coming from, because it's a very slippery slope towards being addicted. So unless you have self-discipline to tell yourself, okay, it's time for me to stop playing the video game, or it's time for me to stop smoking weed or whatever you're doing on the side, then it's a slippery slope for failure, because once you hit the dopamine hit, it's going to be a lot harder for you to say, okay, I have work to do here, unless you really hold yourself accountable, which is not easy. Data supports my view too, that playing video games helps you with memory, it helps you with quick reflexes, it also helps you keep your brain younger or more active, help with IQ, memory, cognition, and also reflexes. To me, the best approach would be to play video games as a form of reward after doing something. For example, when I'm done shooting this video, I will probably take a break. I will use social media, watch a video or two that makes me happy, a song or something that I like. So using things as a reward can be helpful in the long term, because now your brain is developing new neural pathways in order to associate the risk to the reward. Now, there is a lot more to unpack in this book. It's pretty lengthy. I would say it took me about 8 hours to read the whole book. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with in this book. For example, Andrew Tate's view on women, countries, relationships in general. But hey, to each their own. And also, when I was reading the foreword, I learned that this book was written by Andrew Tate and G. Slim. J. Slim is a super fan of Andrew Tate, who transcribed all his podcasts or deleted tweets and turned it into a book, and I think Andrew Tate approved it. Do you know if Andrew Tate is involved in this book directly? I am not sure. I don't know. But on Amazon, it says that Andrew Tate is the author and G. Slim. It doesn't really matter, because Andrew Tate's views in this book are things that he's probably shared online already, or he's already talked about in his podcast or his page that was deleted. I'm not sure. I'd never watched it, so this book was a good glimpse into who Andrew Tate is. If you like this video, I also want you to check out this video that I made a while ago. It's by David Goggins. It's called Can't Hurt Me. One of my favorite books up to date, and I share mostly growth-oriented tips. Hence my channel's name, Mountain of Growth. So if you want to learn about growth tips, mindset, and principles, subscribe already if you haven't subscribed. And thank you so much for staying with me throughout this video. I hope you learned a few things. If you don't like Andrew Tate, let me know in the comment section. Let me know why you don't like him. If you want to learn how to conquer the mountain of growth in your life and change your mindset, please subscribe to this channel, and I really appreciate your time. See you next time. Bye.